Snatch with the unbiased view.
What's going on, guys? It's your girl Angie Snatch coming at you with another episode of An Unbiased Truth. Welcome back to the Snatch Gang, and hello to all my new subscribers. Surprise! I decided that I would do this video on camera, but do not get used to it. I am kind of socially awkward, and I work better when I'm just looking at the information. But for this video, I wanted to do just a few quick updates and some things that I've been working on and some things I've heard. A quick update on the Brother Polight case. I'm going to talk a little bit about Nature Boy, and then I'm going to give a quick update on Rizza Islam. So first, let's start with Brother Polight. So I have been afforded the opportunity of speaking with someone that is very, very close to the victim's family. And this source has really revealed some things to me that I did not know. So in this case, with the charges that Brother Polight is facing, he is facing up to 60 years. Florida does a point system when it comes to sentencing. Now, I sent that over to a friend of mine that's an attorney down in Florida to see if she can put it together for me so then I can present it to you guys. I tried to do the point system myself. You guys know that I am going to law school, but I'm not in law school yet. I'm not a lawyer, so I didn't know how to do the point system. My edition, he was doing 200 years. So, and I know from my source that the prosecution informed the victim and the victim's family that he would be facing 60 years. Another thing that this source told me that I had no idea, let me pull it up, is that the victim also has the right or opportunity to deny the plea deal. So if the prosecution and the defense come to a plea agreement under this Florida law, I'm going to read it to you. It's under G, consultation with victim or guardian or family of victim. It says, in addition to being notified of S-921-143, the victim of a felony involving physical or emotional injury or trauma, or in a case in which the victim is a minor child, or in a homicide, the guardian or family of the victim shall be consulted by the state attorney in order to obtain the views of the victim or family about the disposition of any criminal or juvenile case brought as a result of such crime, including the views of the victim or family about the release of the accused pending judicial proceedings, plea agreements, participation in pretrial diversion programs, and sentencing of the accused. So this means that the victim and her family, or her guardian in this case, will have the opportunity to voice their opinion of whether to accept or decline the plea deal. Now, I hadn't known that before. Polight has a new attorney on this case. Now, remember, in this case, Polight originally got out on a clerical error. And that was said by prosecutor Nicole in that initial hearing, that his charges were actually no bond charges. However, because of a clerical error, he was released. Now, these charges, now he will be facing 60 years. And even if David Tars was open to or trying to get a plea deal, the victim and the victim's guardian would have a lot of say-so on whether that would move forward or not. Now, there is a new attorney in the case. I'm going to do a breakdown video about her. Her name is Megan Saraf. I think Nicole, the prosecutor, is not in the office at all. Like, she left that office. However, Megan Saraf is a senior prosecutor, and she will now be taking the case. I'm going to do, like I said, a video on her because there was a plea deal she did with a teacher that was texting her student, and she was in love with him and all something straight out of Law and Order SVU. But the plea deal was no time. However, I will show that the family did have say so, and it was something to the effect that maybe it was a high schooler, and the text messages and the family just wanted to go away. So the next thing I want to talk about is this guy. Why did y'all send me down this rabbit hole? Why did y'all do that to me? Why have you guys made me indoctrinate myself into something that is so disgusting? However, I do need more of his court documents. So if you have them, please, or any tips, send it to snatchinvestigations@gmail.com. Let me see your transcripts, girl. Help a sister out. Send me some of the stuff that you have. But I do want to talk about my opinion on this so far. I don't think that this case has anything to do with it. I don't think they're interested at all about Black and brown girls like me being held hostage or captive. And why I say that is because from what I've seen, how many times had the police responded to that home and never launched an investigation? However, there was one person in the history of Carbon Nation that authorities acted immediately. Who remembers this woman? The only European woman in the picture. Her name is Kayla Reed. Now, Kayla Reed was a Canadian citizen. She and the Canadian embassy got involved. They weren't even in America at the time. She went to Costa Rica to join Carbon Nation. She went all the way to Costa Rica from Canada. The Canadian embassy got involved, and I would say within 60 days, Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, was doing lives and posting saying, "We're taking her to the airport right now." I mean, this was a big deal over in Canada about this young lady that moved to Costa Rica to join this cult. Now, and she was grown. She wasn't a young girl. She was a grown woman. Now, what her parents did allege is that she had a mental disability and that she was incapacitated to make her own decisions. I did watch a few of the videos regarding her, and I would agree. I would say that it may have come off like she was slurring, but I took it as she's definitely on the spectrum. Like, this woman is definitely on the spectrum. However, authorities acted so fast to get her back. However, but you had Malia's family, I believe her name's Malia. Malia's family calling for help. You even had her co-workers, because she worked at Walmart before joining Nature Boy, calling in and trying to get her help. And not to mention Velvet's mother. Velvet's mother was going to war to get her daughter and her granddaughter back, and the authorities never stepped in. Let me play this clip from an interview, and I'm going to link the interview below, where Velvet's mother was speaking out about just this.
Because he wants to manipulate that child for his own ill-gotten means. Eligio Bishop, I'm coming for you. That's what I need you to know. I'm coming for you. This ain't no idle threats like you received before. Your days are numbered. My daughter and my grandbaby will be home, and there's nothing you can do to stop that. Nothing.
So I don't think that this has anything to do with protecting Black or brown girls. I honestly think how this case even was made a priority is because the accuser said the magic word, PPP loan. And we all know that the government has been in full effect. They haven't even brought down gas prices. These plants are being burned left and right. I just saw a meme that said, "Gas is so high, my postman not even delivering anymore. He called me to read my bills out to me." But those PPP loans, we've seen that they're coming after people. I think that PPP loan, where in the accuser's statement, she says that members of Eligio's cult had to turn over their money, including some of them getting PPP loans, paycheck protection loans. I think that is why they were so interested in this case altogether, because there are so many young ladies and men that have left Eligio's cult carbonation, that have left and they didn't get help. They weren't rescued from their captor. They had to find their way out. But now, all of a sudden, when PPP is involved, it becomes serious. Now, I do think that because of his charges, that is why he was not granted bond. However, I don't think he would have even had those charges put against him had that portion where she talks about that PPP loan not come up. Because if that was the case, you had plenty of mothers, plenty of family members, plenty of the general public. From what I'm seeing, you guys were calling, trying to help these women. One last thing I want to talk about before I get out of here. Like I said, don't expect this all the time because I'm super socially awkward. This is like a lot for me. My husband's like, "You're gonna do it? You're gonna get on camera? Really?" I'm like, "If you build me a studio in the basement, I might even do it more often." But the last thing I want to talk about, because you guys have been asking me, is Rizza Islam. Before I get started, I want to say rest in peace to Hanan Islam. I know that I cover court cases, and it may seem to people that I don't recognize that these are real people involved. Death is a part of our cycle of life. However, I couldn't imagine what it feels like to lose your mom. So I first want to say rest in peace, but also give this update on the actual case and how it will go forward. So Tony Ortega and I reached out to him because I wanted to know, what does this mean? Because part of the case, Hanan was considered the ringleader. Now, he didn't even know how this would play out. But one thing that I do know is that this is going to delay whatever happens. I'm not sure if this will actually drop the case, because remember, she was indicted first. I think Rizza was indicted a couple of days afterwards. And the principal has already been indicted. You have the coach that has already testified. So they, before they even raided the space, they already had what was it, the so-called tutors, the people that did their paperwork, the invoice. There's been a lot of plea deals that's taking place, so they have a lot of information. However, this can go on to be next year, honestly, especially after this happening. And in this case, that's been part of the delay. There's been so much death in this case, as far as attorneys have passed prior, and now you have Hanan Islam passing. So this will probably be delayed even further. Now, before I go, I want you guys to, if you can, spread the word. Every year, I do a summer camp. I do a girls' summer camp every year because you guys know I have 2 boys. I don't have any girls, and I love girls, and I think that we need to speak and breathe life into our young ladies, and it's very important to do that. And so every year, this is our 3rd annual girls' summer camp. I teach them arts. I teach them editing. We sleep out in the woods near Camp David. 6 days, 5 nights, girls 10 to 16. I am in the DC, Maryland, Virginia, Baltimore area. So if you know any young ladies that are interested or that would benefit from it, please let me know, no matter what their financial background is. So the camp itself is $350. However, we get donations. I actually use you guys' donations for young girls that apply for our glampership. So instead of scholarship, I call it glampership because we're going glamping. So I'm going to put the link for that below as well. So if you know any young ladies, please have them apply. If you want to donate and sponsor a young lady, please do so. You can, and no donation is too small or too big, because the way that our scholarships or glamperships work, you can apply for a glampership. Some parents apply for a glampership for the admission to camp. Some parents apply for what we have is a toiletry glampership. So that's flashlights, sunblock, flip-flops, you know, all the things that you would need, bug spray, all the things that you would need to go to camp, right? All of those things. So that's why I say nothing is too big or too small, because guess what? $5 could get us the batteries for our flashlights. So definitely check it out. It is so very nice for you guys to see me, and I look forward to reading you guys' comments. And yeah, maybe I'll go live tonight. Let me know in the comments. Should I go live tonight? Maybe I will. I don't know. I might be too shy. But if I do like a, I don't know, I guess if I do like a Bellini, like if I, you know, make me a Bellini, I probably could go live and like be okay with the live. So, all right, guys, let me know. It's your girl, Angie Snatch.